Okay, everybody, Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 1 today. We got the Masters Clash Academy against Inting for Ruby, and we're continuing with the Masters Clash, of course. So we are in play day number 6 now, which means that we are getting a bit closer towards the end here. And I gotta say that these two teams have both been struggling a bit. There's a very good chance that both are going to be in the gauntlet to try and aim for that 4th place that qualifies for the offline final in Paris. Now again, to give you guys a little bit of context here, we are down to the final 8 teams of the competition, and we have a round robin system now with best of 2s, and 3 of these teams, the 3 that will be at the top of the standings at the end of the round robin, they will advance to the offline final in Paris directly, whereas the 4th team is gonna be decided through a ladder system, through a gauntlet. Now, we have these best of 2s, which means that the team that wins both of the maps gets 3 points. If you tie with your opponent, then each team gets 1 point. And yeah, with that, we're now heading into the first map of today. So we got Tomb of the Spider Queen, Lucio and Hogger already banned out. And yeah, Galnagulna over here. I was always a big proponent of Inting for Ruby trying a couple of these cheeses that they occasionally bust out against teams that are more on their level, because they have that habit where they're using, like for example, let's say the backdoor strategy, right, where you're going to Morales together with Tyrael and you're trying to just like backdoor the keeps and take the core down. They tried that several times against some of the top teams and nearly got wins against them, and failed at the end simply because they were outskilled a little bit in regards to their mechanics, also the experience. But I always believe that if they would try a couple of these strategies against teams that are more on their level, they would be successful with them. So part of me always hopes that we're going to get to see that at some point. Maybe that's going to be the case today. Not necessarily on Tomb of the Spider Queen, but, well, we'll see. We start things off with Rega. So we got our friendly neighborhood doggy. And Vala has already been banned, which kind of makes me sad. Now Uther is up, and they could not debate if they go for that fish main tank Uther again. Well, and apparently the debate was a short one, so Uther and Kerrigan. Okay, so with that we have also a choice for Mindhawk right off the bat. Obviously a good one for Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's something that Mindhawk has played in the past a lot, and here we have it again. Now, for the MC Academy, what are we going to get from Nagrom at the front, for example? What is it going to be on the... well, first we get the side lane. So we got Urel. And we got a Junkrat. Okay. Yeah, Junkrat normally banned on Tomb of the Spider Queen. One of the main reasons is that he is just insanely annoying when it comes to interrupting anybody on the turn-in. But also, he's of course nice to poke out the boss spot, scout if somebody is there. He's great for follow-ups after a stun with displacement, so he can do a lot around that. Yeah, with Nagrom, okay, they're banning out Diablo. Easy rotations between the lanes. Getting covering of globes together if you go for globes, if you play that one. But yeah, more interesting for me right now is what we're going to get for the front line in addition to Uther, because that's definitely not going to be an Uther solo supporter. At least I would be shocked that the way they've been playing this for a long time was always a little bit different. But yeah, so we got Anna, a band. She's out, so no nano boost over here. But I'm still... Didn't they play Gul'dan the entire time? Am I mixing that up right now? Honestly, I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, they still need a little bit of burst damage, obviously, on top of that. They got the CC already locked down hard with Kerrigan and Uther. And here comes ETC for even more of the same. And they have Anduin too. So even if now Leo gets picked on the other side, which, well, they already have Urel, so that's highly unlikely. But Anduin can always save a target that gets, let's say, displaced by Junkrat, for example. And, yep. Now that we're having our double pick for the blue team, let's see what Cookie and Nagrom are gonna get us here. What's gonna be the main damage dealer? Sorry, the main tank. Stitches! Okay, so Stitches, Hook, potential Gorge, and then Junkrat with the follow-up. I like it. And Cookie with Mephisto. That leaves us with Hat. We need that range damage, that bursty damage for the red team. But generally speaking, I like the CC that we have. ETC, of course, has to be a bit careful, but still, what they currently are running here, very powerful. And a lot of stuns, of course, that you can easily chain. But they need someone that is able to take the targets down outside of Kerrigan herself. And it's Sylvanas. We get Sylvanas the final pick. Tomb the Spider Queen, everybody. Map number 1 in the best of 2 at the Masters Clash. Playday number 6. Let's go. Party time! We got game number 1 at our hands, so we're heading straight in with our first match of the day. We got the Masters Clash Academy going up against Inting for Ruby. And on the left side of the map, it's currently Vetters on Ural. We got Cookie on Mephisto. Panda Colada on Junkrat for the blue team, Warren on Rega, and Nagrom on Stitches. On the right side of the map, it's Fish on Uther. We got Nox on Anduin, Galnagulnar playing ETC for the red team, with Mindtalk on Kerrigan and Hat on Sylvanas. So, let's get the show on the road and see what the teams can pull off here. I'm especially curious to see what's going to happen on the red side, because there's a couple of combos that they can execute later on in the game, and I'm here for all of them. We could see the Holy Cow again today. Moo! A good old Divine Shield with a Mosh Pit. And then a lot of party as everybody gets killed. But it seems like the first one to fall might be Kerrigan. Minddog is a bit deep, and they actually saved him. Like, oh, the hook! Nagrom, nice! Great positioning by him, off to the side a little bit. And then able to get carried and back into the hot seat just after Anduin pulled her out of the battle. Very nicely done. I like it a lot. ETC for now is playing the side lane position here. Again, Uther is acting as the main tank, as he so often did in the past. That trend has fallen off, but Fish still likes it, as you can see here. And now with Kerrigan dying for the first time, we get the Queen of Blades back in action. But of course, there's a bit more control right now for the MC Academy. So, Warren, Cookie, and the Panda Colada all sitting tight over here and getting their bruiser camp, and that is going to help them to push the wall a bit, as the red team is trying to go for the same play here. Now all the way up at the top, Hat. Gotta be a little bit careful here, but he's fine. No dirty hook from Stitches, nothing too crazy happening there. And in the meantime, got our push straight up through the mid lane. Vetters jumping over, scouting out what's going on here. Nobody following up on that yet, and the entire side wall is already destroyed, so they got good vision too, and they will destroy everything here. Not only the gate, but also both of the towers. So yeah, nice play for them. Down to the bottom of the map, ETC hasn't even joined the fight. But if they really want to take this, they have to push this back a bit more now. So they have still their own camp, and that's an opportunity to take some of the structures down as well. Down here, it's still just a bit of a ping-pong match between ETC and Ural. In the middle, the camp finally arrives. Yeah, and it's of course turn-in time. I mean, we don't really have enough gems for either one of the teams to get the web weavers. But we'll get that soon enough. For now, it's the blue team that is slightly ahead, but again, once these CC chains are hitting hard, Inting for Ruby will have ample opportunity to take a few of the heroes down here. Right. Come on, let's get the... I'm still waiting for that hook the entire time, but so far he is not throwing them out a lot. There's no zoning hooks or anything. Oh, on point! Absolutely on point. Yeah. Poor Uther gets zipped around twice, once by Junkrat, once by Anduin. The man doesn't even know what's happening to him. It's a bit like a roller coaster for me at this point. But yep, as it stands, here's the next one. 1 kill to 0 so far. Nice attempts. What do we have now down towards the top? What can they do here? Mindtalk is still playing it slow, still not getting out too far. Afraid a bit of Stitches, but now that they have vision on him, they are of course perfectly in the know that they have more wiggle room at the top to maybe give even some turn-ins at the top turn-in spot, because so far the blue team has been very dominant at the bottom and has turned in 30 of their gems. Just only 1 kill to 0, but still. And down to the bot lane, we're still getting Vetters against Galnagulnar over here. But it's not really a big loss for ETC. That side lane ETC has been pretty successful for them. The wall is still intact. But it's honestly more about the gems than anything else right now, and it seems like the blue team is going to go for an easy turn-in. At least they're heavily ahead with 42 gems to 0, and they should be able to lock this one in eventually. We currently have level 7 already in. And, well, another hook, another hit, another kill. Damn. Nagrom, you little beast. Well done. This is like the second hook that he hits in a row here. He has been a little bit stingy with his hooks, not really YOLOing them out too hard, but whenever a hook comes out, he catches something. He wanted that minion, by the way. He was thinking about getting Carrigan, and then he remembered that that minion insulted his mom a little bit earlier. So he was immediately like, yeah, your ass is mine. So that was working exactly as intended for him. Fish, on the other hand, is having a bit more of a problem here at the top because he might not get out of this. Yep, there's another hook, and goodbye, Uther. The gems get recovered, and that puts Mind Talk now in a bit of an awkward position with 43 gems. You don't really want to be the one that engages and dives in deep into the opponent's team. But, yeah, we'll see what he can do there. I mean, for now, it's of course Web Weavers they got to deal with, and at the top lane, this is likely going to result in a fort that gets destroyed. Mid lane has taken damage, and down to the bottom of the map, as you can see, Vetters is trying to at least drop the wall. But that is a very solid first objective for the MC Academy. So they are getting there. Yeah, they're doing good work. If anything, I'm honestly surprised that Inting for Ruby did not have an opportunity here to get some kills in with a composition like the one that they're playing here. They should be able to get some extra damage through. But we'll see. So with the Wet Beavers already eliminated, we now got level 10 nearly in. And it's really that gap in experience that scares me the most for the red team, because they are trailing a bit farther behind right now, meaning that there is technically a chance that the blue team turns in again before the red team even has an opportunity to go to the tournament. And both of their frontliners are... yeah, I mean, both of the frontliners just have way too many gems. If one of them dies and, I don't know, get maybe hit by a hook, then this could likely be 50 gems gone. You know, just look at Mind Talk here. 51 gems for him. If he steps out a little bit too much and then gets punished for it, whew, that would be a bit of a disaster. Now, Stitches hasn't made a move yet. We are still waiting for him to drop his level 10, so could be Gorge. He goes for the Putrid Bile though, and they are attacking the middle in the hopes of taking another fort down even without the Web Beavers. So yes, here comes the play. Already trying to go for a bit of a move here towards maybe Stitches. No. But the Mosh Pit is now in. Mosh Pit is in. Galne Gulnar could try and pull that one off. They also have the turn-in opportunity now, at least for Galne Gulnar. And that is 39 gems that get interrupted. But Cookie can't interrupt this forever. So as long as they pay attention to the hook and somebody shields him, they're going to be fine. So finally there's the turn-in. The Web Weaver opportunity for Inting for Ruby. And this is exactly what they need right now. Try and come through with a couple of spiders on your own, and then take a few of the structures down here. Their own forts have suffered. The top one has already fallen. The one in the middle and the bot lane is incredibly low. There's of course a chance for getting multiple turn-ins in a row now for Inting for Ruby. So if they can do that, that would of course be fantastic. They're already going for a little bit of an Admiral Akbar moment here. It's a trap. But nobody seems to be falling for it thus far. But with Sylvanas, you can attack the bot lane quite nicely. And look at the blue team wrapping all the way around. They are 100% in the know that something is a bit off here. So they are not running that problem. Vaders gets attacked and nearly dies, but is still alive. Carrigan gets the kill on Rega and should get also the Space Goat. And indeed, there it is, the double kill. They go for the triple, and oh boy, did that just flip the game. They take down 3. They've dropped the bottom fort, and now they have the chance to move towards the top lane and maybe repeat the same thing there, because that Web Weaver is still doing work, and they are looking very, very strong here now. That was a perfect play there. The Divine Shield on Carrigan allowing her to go deep. Urel already in trouble. ETC is pushing the top lane. The rest of the team with the help of Sylvanas in the middle destroying the wall. And let's not forget, they got another turn-in opportunity. They can turn in another 55 gems easily. They currently hold a total of 71. So here's the chance to get a second set of Web Weavers straight through the map. Stitches with the interrupt for just a second, but he also finds himself in trouble, and Cestral has to be used to save him. Where's the stun when you need it? Ult from Mephisto. And yeah, still fighting for that turn-in. But 46 gems have now been delivered, and that is especially a load off Kerrigan's shoulder. I'm talking about her. She's already getting attacked here, but the fish turns in, and now they're just 5 short. But they're still trying to go for ETC, and they really got to be careful with that, because a good power slide would go a long way here. The hook comes through, though. Kerrigan, hoppity hop, light bomb, and Mindhawk still dies. Nicely done by the blue team. But most of the gems have already been delivered, obviously. So there's not really too much gained here. Fish likely going to fall too, so that's another kill for the MC Academy. It's a nice back and forth game. Game number 1 in this series is honestly already a lot of fun. You got now with Inting for Ruby, maybe losing Hat. Yeah, now they're overdoing it a little bit. I mean, now they're losing too many heroes. I could understand when Uther fell as well after they lost Kerrigan, but Sylvanas, there was no real need for her to die too. Now they still got plenty of gems, and it's not like they're trailing too far behind here on the objective. The problem that they have is that they now lost the fort in the middle, and to make matters worse, the experience lead has of course once again been flipped and is now again established by the MC Academy. So it's a pretty hefty back and forth between the two teams now as this all plays out. We got the mid lane pressure. ETC is a little guitar solo already over here. Yeah, and off we go, where Beavers in the middle and the top are going to aim straight for those keeps, whereas the bot lane fort will be destroyed. MC Academy, they might just be able to take Inting for Ruby down after all, stuns or no stuns. Rhaegar, of course, has to keep himself way in the back. He's the one they got to rely upon whenever those stun compositions are hitting. And that's one of the more important things now for Inting for Ruby. So it's time to party. But there's a big push at the bottom of the map, and nobody's dealing with that just yet, because that is not only a web beaver, that's also a siege giant camp. Both of them together are easily going to go through that wall. But the fight in the middle still breaking out here. If they can delay that, then the bot keep might even fall. Mindhawk in trouble. Mindhawk, he gets the Divine Shield. Nagrom also walking away down to the bottom. The keep already in trouble here. We get the Wailing Arrow in. The Riptire destroyed before it can be triggered. And here's the death of Urel. The Space Goat is down, but boy is that bottom keep suffering. If not for Sylvanas, that might even have been the first main structure that gets destroyed here. So yeah, 16 is on the board. Blue team finds themselves in a very good spot now. They got Pulverize for Stitches. They've done a lot of damage. But of course there is still the fact that Inting for Ruby has the chance to bring this back now, with them just going for a turn-in and then destroying a few of these outer structures as well. And they gotta try and do that. The problem, of course, is that they don't have the level 16 talent yet, so they have to be a bit more cautious until they have the experience to lock the next talent in. But they're already at the bottom of the map trying to go for that turn-in. And Nox has 5, that's all he needs, and there we have it. Web Weaver's gonna come down. Should probably not engage too heavily into the fight without the talent, but there is the hit on Mindhawk. Light Bomb, no Divine Shield up, and they still save him. The double support making it possible here. Kerrigan is still alive. They are trying to save Anduin too, but Robin gets hooked, and he's gonna die. Yep, no Batman to save his ass. Instead, Robin goes down. 7 kills, 2-4. And, well, that is probably going to be the easiest defense that the MC Academy had in a long time against the Web Weaver wave. 33,000 damage for Sylvanas puts her into the top spot. Down to the bot lane. And what do we got here? Got Urel already doing her thing. Easy defense. I don't think they have enough time for now. They don't have enough time for the boss. But they're also getting farther and farther ahead in experience, and that matters more than anything else. Because once they have level 20, they can go for either turn-in or boss, whatever is best here. 50 gems in the hands of the red team. It's actually interesting, because it means that they are slightly ahead in the gem count. But of course their last objective didn't do anything for them. Nagrom still waiting for another hook opportunity here. Nobody is grabbing or turning in. They're going for the next siege giant camp. The siege giant camps at the bot lane are starting to become a real nuisance. With the keep already being this low, if the siege giants ever make it towards it, then this thing is just gone. We are 13-14 minutes into the game, so scaling also starts to matter quite a bit. But at this point, here's the next play. Yeah, trying to make the move now. for the red team before they can turn in and get that Web Weaver wave. Keeping the momentum up for the MC Academy is going to be a big goal here. Here comes once again Vetters as he's jumping deep, trying to go for Carrigan. Divine Shield is out this time. They could go for the Light Bomb Engage too, but here's the stun combo against Mephisto, and the Cookie crumbles. Cookie is down. Mind Talk with his Carrigan turning into the Cookie Monster. Cookie, Cookie, Cookie. And they're taking down Urel as well. Yeah, and once again, this back and forth in this game is just all that we need. This, on the other hand, is a problem. They can go for the boss all day long, but if you're losing your keep in the process, then that's an issue. Gulnar might just be able to save it, but now that even Junker is moving in, maybe he has a chance to poke that out. But of course, the boss gets taken all the way topside. Nobody interfering with that. Attempt to turn in at least the gems that they have. And ETC made it possible at the bottom of the map to hold on to that keep. Now, as mentioned before, they have a turn-in opportunity. So they can now try and summon their Web Weavers too. And let's see if they do that. That would also put Gulnar. Yes, he's turning in. Okay. Get rid of those 44 gems. And that's the turn-in. With the help of Sylvanas, they can keep that boss alive a bit longer. And there will be a lot of pressure at the top lane. Carrigan is still fine. And zip! Anduin helping out easily. Now, the one problem that they have, though, is that those Web Weavers are spawning all the way on the right side. Yeah. That's unlucky. Needed to push those lanes out a bit more aggressively, so the Web Weavers are just touching ground. They're just looking at the map and they're like, are you shitting me? You want me to walk all the way over there? Like, I'm lazy by nature. Those 6 feet that I have, they're decoration. I'm not training those. I'm skipping leg day. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, either way. What is this overlay? Masters Clash. What the hell are you guys doing? That's not one of my overlays, guys. So, that has to be repositioned. They introduced a couple of new graphics into the overlays, and apparently nobody was checking that on the map. So, not quite sure what's going on there, but we're definitely going to get rid of that. So, either way, for now, we're going to have the bot lane attacked, and that wall is already falling. Somebody really needs to deal with that. I'm a bit surprised that Panna Colada is just simply walking away from this. Now, again, here comes the Divine Shield. And the level 20s on both sides. Yeah, so redemption for Uther. If they can kill him, he'll be back. He's gonna go full Arnie on us. A lot of mobility, by the way, with the blink. So we got a lot of Bolt of the Storms here. Carrigan, ETC, and Sylvanas. All 3 of them. And, well, let's go. We got for Anduin, the sensor over here. So that's the next one in play. And, well, let's have at it. This is getting really interesting because if you're looking at the structures, it's pretty much like a mirror between the two. Ah, well, there's still a fort here in the middle, of course. But outside of that, if you think about keep damage, if you win a team fight big time, you can easily go through that and go for the core. I mean, we're 17.5 minutes into the game. So there's a lot of potential that both teams have now to end the game if they're winning a fight big time. So, yeah, we'll see if they can actually do that here. But alright, so for the time being, we got 7 kills to 6. So very, very even first game. Yeah, oh, Kinagrom! But this time it has the Bolt of the Storm and Mind Talk is reacting instantly. Doesn't want to be the one that gets caught, gets killed, and then initiates a snowball where the entire team dies and the opponent wins the game of it. The blue team has succeeded in getting in another turn-in, so they're using that. Another hook, but they can still slide away from it. So it's a bit unfortunate for the blue team. They're really getting the Web Weavers now, but they're not getting any value out of them yet. The top lane has been defeated very, very quickly, and now it's the defense of the mid and the bot lane that is becoming the priority. But we could see the first keep fall now, because, well, both of them are opened up here. And Carrigan, Divine Shield, tries to get the kill, and the fish nearly dead, but he'll be back. He still has redemption, so he's gonna make it back here. Another hook is coming in at this point. Good for them. And at the same time, now that they're playing 5 versus 5 again with Uther back on the map, the bottom keep still falls. The Web Weaver's a little bit too much to deal with, as they have simultaneously the defense in the mid lane to consider. They are getting the kill on Mephisto though, and that puts them in a really interesting position, because now they could technically try and chase a bit, see if they can get another kill here. Everybody's afraid of the Riptide apparently. But yeah, the first keep is gone. Bot lane keep at that. Yeah, very, very interesting one now. Okay, so with that said and done, there's another hook. And Mindtalk gets hooked once again. But why are they really trying to force that fight? They're playing a 4 versus 5. Guys, you need to be a bit more careful. Wasting some of the opponent's time so that they can't take the boss, I get that. But they shouldn't be able to get kills here. Then again, I say it, and ETC and Uther are both low, so these hook attempts from Nagrom are doing work. More than I expected. 62,000 damage, by the way, from Junkrat. We got 50 from Mephisto and 59,000 from Sylvanas. Okay. So, there we go. Mindtalk already sitting there in the middle, trying to protect together with Fish what they have here. Another quick hook and an attempt to unleash a Kerrigan combo into the front line, but there's the play for Nox! They save him! And then he dies, but the party's there! The holy cow! Moo! It is a perfect mosh pit, but do they have the damage? I don't think so. They got Mephisto, but they lose ETC. Now the Web Weavers are coming down, but with them already losing 2 of their heroes, this is highly unlikely. Down goes Urel. She's eliminated, and all of a sudden this push is looking a lot more promising than what I initially anticipated. And they might get another kill here. Stun after stun on Nagrom, and that is the end of Stitches. But Kerrigan dies as well, so we just have 2 attackers and 2 defenders, which is a little bit awkward. They should at least try to get the top lane. The thing is, of course, that Sylvanas is one of the 2 that is still alive. So she can disable this quickly. And Hatch should be kind of fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. 2v2, you gotta also hurry on this. But I'm, if anything, surprised that Sylvanas didn't move towards the top side and try and take this down. Now, they're most likely gonna lose it anyways. But, yeah, alright. They are losing it, but still, that was a bit close. If they could have killed the Web Weaver before the wave made it through, there was a serious chance that the fort doesn't get destroyed. So, as it stands, we now have 11 kills to 10. And what a first game between the 2 teams. I mean, seriously, what a first game. So, well, they go for the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map. By the way, Junkrat hasn't died yet. Junkrat has not died a single time in this series. So, yeah. But alright. 11 kills to 10. And all the way up towards the top. Panda Colada. Currently just poking out to make sure that they're not going for the boss. But camps have been taken. And here come the Siege Giants, and there's a catapult on the way too, so this is going to be interesting, especially since everybody is focused on the mid lane instead of taking a look towards the bottom of the map. There's no turn-on opportunity for either one of the teams, but there's always the boss to consider, of course, as well. And the blue team is already starting to rotate some heroes further towards the bottom left. But the top lane is a problem. They can't let the boss being grabbed by Inting for Ruby, or it's going to be an easy win, since this is going to move straight in for the core. So Cookie's trying to take this down. But, I mean, again, it was absolutely expected that the boss would be attacked by the time that they're seeing Hero at the bot lane. So now we got Galnagulnar buying a little bit of time. Yeah, should be sliding away here. Fish can go for the Divine Shield, and the boss is down to 50%, but they're starting to move away from it. Mosh Pit! No, we got interrupted! The timing, God, that would have been so good. 3 men, and he just went straight in for them. But he can't get the mosh pit, had the showstopper there and everything. There's the Ancestral on Urel already used, but it's the end of Mephisto. Inting for Ruby. They get the kill. Nicely done. Another long distance hook here. Job well done. Vedders gets locked in as well, and Urel goes down. That's 2 kills in favor of Inting for Ruby, and now they can go for boss and then glory and victory. So that seems to be what they're trying to do here. moving straight up towards the top in an attempt to utilize that properly. And yes, this is looking pretty decent. Yeah, nicely done. 11 kills, 212. And yeah, that should be the end of it. I like that the blue team is trying to go for counter-aggression and threatens to keep in the middle, but of course the only way that they could possibly win the game is if they had a chance to go for the core here, and they just simply don't have the damage output. So all that has to be done is force them away from it and then see what they can do here. Yeah, Panda Colada is already getting ping-ponged around a little bit. They're trying to go for another quick play here. Warren gets attack. Can they get the hit here? Yes, they get the combo. And Carrie again with the Divine Shield just to make sure that she can go for the kill. And she takes Rega down like the wet dog he is. Whereas the attack at the top with the help of the boss is now aiming straight for the core. And this seems like victory. This is looking really good and should be the win for the red team. Inting for Ruby, ladies and gentlemen. A nice back and forth start into this series as we have them coming through with a win on Tomb of the Spider Queen. GG and well played, everybody. Inting for Ruby takes the 1-0 in the best of 2.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, on the left side, Vetters on Hogger. We got Cookie on Hanzo, Panda Colada on Chromie, Warren on Anduin, and Nagrom on Johanna. On the right side of the map, Inting for Ruby with Nox on Rega. We got Mind Talk on Maiev, we got Galnagulna on Zeratul. And we got Fish on Leoric and Hat on Tychus. Alright, so once again, apologies about this donation goal thingy that the Masters Clash just cluttered over. Apparently whoever put that in did not realize that it would sometimes obstruct the maps and other things, so I have no idea where that came from. Nobody has informed us either, so not too happy about that. Just simply being dropped in it. Quick note for the Masters Clash, when you're seeing the overlays and these things, I am actually not responsible for those. That I think I explained this once in the context of a score not being updated in time, but just so you guys are aware, that's not from my end. So when this is overlapping parts of the map or whatnot, don't yell at me. I can't do anything about it. I can let them know, but that's all that I can do. So either way, now that we're having our little battle here in the middle already over, it's time for the camps to be addressed, and the teams are already on it, so it's go time for the Khazras. Currently got the Shadow Hunter over here. And down to the bottom. Still a little bit of poke against Fish. Leo as a main tank is always a little bit wild, and obviously on a lot of maps, pretty much on any map, even if he plays in a side lane position, you're totally willing to sacrifice Leoric if you can get a counter kill, or even sometimes when you're baiting a lot of abilities out, specifically heroics, because he's going to be respawning during the fight, but you always want to get some value out of it, either big cooldowns that get burned from the opponent, or ideally of course a counter kill, since kill for a kill with Leo involved is always favoring the side that lost Leoric. He has no travel time, he will be respawning right in the battle and can even reduce this a bit more. So yeah, there's that. But again, either way, now that we are looking at level 4 talents, we got the Master Assassin, so they're already working around the passive for Odin with Hat. Got the Earth Living Enchant. And on the right side of the map, it is the camp that gets attacked here immediately. So, mid lane, also, again, all about taking out the Khazra camps, trying to get a bit of an advantage by out-rotating your opponent here. We haven't seen a kill yet, and eventually that's going to happen. And I really want to see how that main tank Leo is working for them. There's a couple of teams that always dabble in some of these plays, but like a main tank Maiev, a main tank Leo, most of them switching back after a while. It's more so a bit of a novelty thing where you can surprise an opponent. But they get the first kill. They take Jojo down, so Johanna is eliminated. And now they have an earlier access to the shrine at the bottom of the map, which is for objective number 1. That comes, of course, also with a slight lead in experience that will help them with an early level 7. So, yes, there we go. We get the Möbius loop in, we got the deep breathing, and topside. Yeah, there's another potential play to be made for Gulnar here. He's still able to get out, and I mean, it's going to be tough for them to lock Zeratul down in the first place. They don't really have a lot of tools where they can do that with. Maybe if they get a Blessed Shield for Jojo, that's going to set the stun up later. Of course, a Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo would also help, but for now it's them being attacked, and it leads to a kill on Hanzo. Zeratul comes in, and it takes him down. And we have the first Punisher taken, binding for Ruby. So things are going really well for them in the early game. I mean, right off the bat, they're starting with 2 kills to 0. They take the first objective. They won't be able to severely damage the bottom fort, but they can take the wall down, more or less. So that's a good start for them. Wall is completely destroyed. Fort has taken a little bit of damage too, and they got the 2 kills. So elite in experience is theirs. And now we have the quest completed for Zeratul as well. Whereas up in the mid lane, Mindhawk still dancing around, also doing some extra damage. Gulnar is playing it safe top side, so he also just gets the experience for them. It's time for the camps again on the map. Chromie has only connected 3 attacks so far. 3 times with the Dragon's Breath here. Not a lot of stacks for her. But it's really a bit of an issue with the lack of a setup. Now, of course, when you're having Jojo moving into the battle and using her Condemn, she can at least cluster them up a little bit. But as far as hard stuns are concerned, there's not really too much to be had, especially outside of her rogue abilities. Now, if they go for, let's say, Hogger's stun, that would work too if they go for the Shockwave here. But either way, for now, it's a lead for the red team. So they are trying to continue where they left off earlier. And at the bottom of the map now, Fish still doing his thing. And they got 2 side laners in that sense now. So as long as they don't need Leo to be part of the team as a real main tank, they have 2 side laners in these situations. And they are now moving back down to join up with Old Skin and Bones. Because with level 10, if they can drop an Entomb on somebody, that would be a nice start there. Always hoping that we're not going to see another March game. Yeah, 1 per weekend is enough. So there's the Entomb. We get the Disc. We get Odin. Rhaegar with Bloodlust. Nice, okay. No Ancestral for Rhaegar, but a Bloodlust. Fight him fast and play dirty. Try and take him down quickly. As expected, here's the Blessed Shield, the Dragon's Arrow, Shockwave, and Light Bomb. So there's all the CC now. Lot of CC, lot of stuns. Zeratul is dead, and so is Tychus. Double kill in the mid lane. Okay, my bad, sorry. We got 2 kills for 2. All of a sudden, the blue team exploding here as the red team was going for the camp at the bottom of the map. And with that, we now get the timeout for Chromie. That was the weirdest Bloodlust sound that I've ever heard. Like, what the hell? Did that only sound strange to me? Seems like Rhaegar gargled with a little bit of mouthwash and it didn't go down well for him, so that was a weird one. But yeah, either way, so they didn't get the kill, but instead they lost my F. Up towards the top, we got Vetters now also still trying to take that fort down. So initially, Inting for Ruby the one to really dominate the game, but now it has kind of flipped a little bit. Very much what we saw on map number 1 already. Both of the teams just coming in with good moves and then just taking the lead. It's always a bit of a balance act between the two here. And it seems that for now, the MC Academy is looking just a little bit better for them. Alrighty, so let's have a look here. For now, what do we get? We got 3-2. And we have Odin. Party time for the objective. Bam! My F is down. The Entomb connects with 2 or 3. Everybody's just locked into a corner here, but nobody's able to kill them. That's the problem. Leo can, of course, die, but they need to make sure that the rest of the team survives, and Rhaegar is already gone. So yeah, Rhaegar is down. The Fish is on the run. He's not going to survive either. And just like that, we have the red team down 3 heroes. And they are going to lose this one for sure. No way. I mean, at that point, you have a 4-kill lead, you have a talent advantage, and you have the mid lane wide open so that you can go for the fort right away. Okay. So, let's go. Punisher is starting to move in. And here comes the play. That fort has no chance. Nox already getting ready. I'm not wondering if they're actually willing to commit here with maybe even Bloodlust again. But I don't really think so. So, yeah. They don't have everybody here. There's already the first kill and they're all gone. Yeah, not like that. That was a really good blessed shield that they had. And now they're also getting another kill against Tigers. This is definitely not looking great for them here. So Chromie is just murdering everybody. To be fair, the Punisher was involved too. That jump was apparently not expected. So now they're just losing everyone. And, well, this is not leading to the game being decided right away, but they're still heavily ahead now. This is a 2-level advantage that they have over the opponent. And the fort in the mid lane has not only been destroyed, but they escalated the entire push towards the keep and nearly got that too. So, there's that. And Maiev came back and instantly died again. And Zeratul is also dead. I mean, this is completely going off the rails here. Nox... yeah, there it is, another kill, and Leo is dead too. Wow. I mean, that went down south fast. That's the keep destroyed, 3-level advantage, and they were probably tempted to go for the core. But that was just wild. Rhaegar not running Ancestral did not help them so far. The theory behind it, of course, being that they were trying to run over the opponent with all the damage and aggression that they had, but that did not work out in the fights where they executed it. They are now an entire Talon behind, 3 levels behind, 9 kills behind, 11 kills behind, sorry. And it's not looking good here. That Leo main tank attempt, interesting strategy. Again, we've seen it from other teams in the past as well. Not a lot, but sometimes it happens. And here it's just, well, not working. Not even a little bit. They had to... oh, careful. Is he getting a kill? Oh, Nagrom nearly got a solo kill. Oh, boy. Run, baby, run. Nice. And there we go. Alright, he's going to be able to get away. Fighter at the bottom of the map still with the disc. But that was nearly a solo kill from Jojo against Zeratul, which is also insane. Ah, there's the Ancestral, the Bloodlust again. Ah, it's the skin. It's actually the skin. Honestly, it sounds like he gargles with mouthwash or something. Like some kind of robo-dog. But yeah, kind of funny. It's actually the skin sound. I mean, that just tells you, like, how long has that skin been in? For like 4 years or so? And I have never heard consciously the sound of Bloodlust by Robo Rhaegar. That is how little Bloodlust gets played. I gotta admit, I never really paid attention to it. If it wasn't really so isolated as the sound earlier, I would have probably never noticed. Okay, so Zeratul is dead. Once again. Seems like they're having a little bit of a contest. Is anybody already approaching the double digits? Nah, not so much. So far, it's an even battle between all 5 heroes. 4 or 3 kills here. 18 to 15. I mean, you need a miracle to come back from this one. You really need a miracle here. So, yeah, I don't know. They had an idea, it didn't work out, was well countered. Before level 10, it wasn't really that big of a deal because you had not a lot of stuns from the MC Academy. But then once level 10 hit, all the stuns are more or less hinging on a heroic cooldown. But as long as you hit them, you're getting value. And they've gotten a lot of value out of it. The amount of kills that we saw as a follow-up from either a Shockwave or a Blessed Shield from Jojo is pretty crazy. So, there's that. Now, well, as it stands, they're collapsing onto the mid lane in an attempt to take Nagrom down. And they're getting murdered again, aren't they? They might be able to take Jojo down. But that's a kill on Leo. Rhaegar's already dead. Maiev is also gonna fall. At least they were able to take Johanna down. But of course, Had is gonna be punished for that too. So that is 4 heroes gone. And that could even be game. I mean, total disaster in that fight. The Sudoku move here in order to get at least 1 kill. But boy, are they in trouble now. 21 kills to 3. Level 20 has just been locked in. I'm actually, if anything, amazed that they didn't just move straight to the mid lane in order to go for the core. But I guess they figured they didn't have enough damage here. Now Zeratul died again. I mean, you can't even keep up with this anymore. Top wall has been destroyed. Frozen Punishers now moving in. That keep doesn't stand a chance. And it's a total disaster for them. I mean, holy hell. They're getting smacked around like crazy. Yeah, Chromie gets saved for a second, but Panda Colada might still die here. Mindhawk wants the kill. He can't get it though. The disc at least is out. Maybe the follow-up will help them, but even that doesn't work. The keep is already gone, and they're still following up. Chromie gets crushed. The ragdoll thrown across the screen, and they might just be able to hold the core for now. With 3 kills against the blue team, I mean, Tigers went ham on the last fight. So maybe they can hold the core, but they have lost 2 keeps already. So, yeah, that's kind of nasty. Yeah, that's really nasty. So, off we go. We got 23-6. That's currently the kill count. They hold the game for the time being, but in the long run, this is not happening. Yeah. Vedders is also, as you can see, going for the next camp here. I mean, you just need to gain map control again, right? I mean, you have map control obviously already through the fact that you took all the structures down with the exception of the bottom keep. But getting the mercenaries now onto the lanes makes it more difficult for Inting for Ruby to push these back out, to gain more vision, to control the lanes themselves. They need to invest more time on each lane. If you want to come back into this one, then yeah, you really need to continue winning these fights. And I just don't really see it happening here. So as it stands, we have a Mindtalk with this Maiev. Zeratul is back to business. Did have a rough one so far. Went into the Master Warp level over here. We got the Titan Grenade and the Crushing Hope. Another play for Hat, and Tychus is getting out. Okay. Yeah, Zeratul is getting the experience at the top for level 20 for them, but down here, it's a kill for a kill. They got level 20. Tychus is dead, so is Rhaegar. Gladiator's washout is now out. Zeratul is on the way. They're still trying to get a kill before he's there. Rhaegar already ulting this one out. They might be able to go for Jojo, especially now with Zeratul flanking in from the top. Mindtalk with a tether, and Chromie gets attacked right away, but especially Jojo's in trouble, and she's down. The cookie is also low, and there's no way for Hansa to survive this. Nope, he gets killed too. They still got to deal with that mid lane pressure though. We are 15-16 minutes into the game. The catapults are hurting here. But of course, they have to somehow capitalize on these advantages. Now that they're starting to win some fights and get a few kills, they got to do something with it. But there's only a single keep standing. So as long as they take at least some forts down, you are in a bit of a better position. But yeah, either way. They're taking one fort down, so at least there's that. We, by the way, got the Burning Despair on level 20. Vengeance and the Shadow Strike is in. So it is a bit of a wild one. 24 kills now to 9. But they need to do way more than that. I mean, maybe another fort. At least try and get that. Shrine is activating too, so at least you gotta do is win the objective. Zeratul, you got some balls, my friend. Like, the fuck? Like, he literally just went 2v1 and just got murdered there. Light bomb and everything, got stunned out. Zeratul with a big Sudoku move. I am not so sure what that was all about. I mean, you could literally see that on the minimap he blinked in and apparently got caught right away before he could even move out. So now it's a 4 versus 5 that they're fighting. That might have just cost them the game. Yeah, that arrow is going absolutely nowhere. But, well, they're still going for the fight. Here comes the kill on Leo, so that's another one eliminated, and I think this is going to be the end. The 3 versus 5 that they're fighting, that's absolutely unwinnable. And already there's catapults at the core at the top. Yeah, catapults are going to win this one for them. Look at the shield. The shield is moving back down way too quickly, as is already. This is not good news for Inting for Ruby. Seems like we're looking at a tie here. I don't see any way how you're salvaging this situation, especially now that Maiev is also dead. So the core is already losing hit points. Now Zeratul can deal with that, but 83% still where we're at. And now with the Punisher bot lane, I mean, how are you going to stop that from killing you, right? So there's that. This is going to be a bit wild. I mean, either way. Zeratul is about to go down again. No? Galnagulnar. He is going to, well, I mean, honestly, he's not going to have an impact anymore. He has to Hearth back first. Now that he's going to come back in from the top here, so let's see what he can do. There's not much. Zeratul is dead again, 7 deaths on him. Yeah, that didn't really work out the way that he wanted it to. Not sure what else to tell you here. So yeah, that was a little bit unlucky. Here we go again. So they're starting to come in for the core kill. The shield is already gone once more. And that is gonna be it. A 1-1 in the series, everybody. Yeah, well played. Nicely done by the Masters Clash Academy. They are able to take the second game against Inting for Ruby.